Hello everyone, I hope that you are doing fine. Today I'm here with another topic. Today I would like to talk a bit about another myth or misconception about healing process. One of the most overlooked indicators of emotional maturity is the capacity to hold contradictory feelings at the same time. In a culture that values certainty, clarity, and emotional resolution all the time, ambivalence is often mistaken for weakness or lack of progress. We are taught explicitly or implicitly all the time to organize our emotional lives into opposite poles, like strong or weak, healed or broken, moving on or stuck, loving or detached, and so on. Yet, from a psychological perspective, the ability to sustain emotional complexity is not a failure of healing. It is actually a sign of capacity. It reflects an expanded nervous system and greater emotional tolerance and a deeper integration of experience. Life, and especially intimate, close relationships, rarely conform to simple narratives, right? Love does not disappear simply because we recognize harm. Grief does not negate growth. Longing does not invalidate self-respect. So we can say that healing does not require emotional purity all the time. It requires emotional range. In psychology, emotional health is not defined by the absence of difficult emotions, but by the ability to experience them without becoming overwhelmed or fragmented or self-rejecting. This ability is sometimes described as affect tolerance or emotional integration, which is the capacity to allow multiple emotional states to exist without forcing resolution. Polarized thinking, by contrast, often emerges when emotional experiences feel threatening to one's identity or sense of control. So when the nervous system is overwhelmed and tensed, it seeks certainty. Either I am over them or I'm failing. Either I am strong or I am weak. These kind of phrases. These rigid categories reduce anxiety in the short term, but restrict psychological growth and healing in long run. True capacity is revealed when you can say, for example, I miss them and I know I deserve better. I still love them and I accept that they are not right for me. I feel lonely and I am proud of choosing myself, for example. So these statements do not contradict each other. They reflect an expanded emotional container, one that can hold grief, can hold clarity, attachment, and self-respect simultaneously. From an attachment-based and trauma-informed perspective, contradictory feelings are not only expected, they are inevitable. Human attachment bonds are encoded at both emotional and psychological levels. When a relationship ends, particularly one that involves inconsistency and emotional injury or deep intimacy, the nervous system does not simply update its reality because the mind has reached insight or has understood that this relationship is not good for me. This is why people often experience longing alongside relief, love alongside anger, gratitude alongside grief. The same relationship may have provided moments of connection and moments of harm. Trauma does not erase love, and love does not erase trauma. The ability to hold both truths without collapsing into self-doubt is a sign of healing and growth. Rather than needing to rewrite the past as entirely good or entirely bad, you allow it to be complex and real, to be nuanced. You can honor what was meaningful without romanticizing what was damaging, and you can acknowledge pain without invalidating love. And this capacity reflects psychological integration, the process by which fragmented emotional experiences are brought into a coherent and compassionate narrative of your life, right? So a common misconception about healing is that it should move steadily forward with each step further away from pain. In reality, healing is recursive. It means that old feelings resurface not because growth has failed, but because the psyche is revisiting them from a more resourced place. So being able to feel sadness one moment and relief the next does not mean you're conflicted. It means your emotional system is flexible enough to hold multiple truths. So flexibility, not certainty, is the hallmark of resilience. You can miss how it used to be and still recognize how much it hurt. You can feel grateful for the lessons and wish things had turned out differently. You can experience heartbreak and painful feelings and hope at the same time, right? So the goal of healing is not emotional simplicity. It is emotional capacity. And one of the most transformative psychological shifts occurs when individuals move from either or thinking to both and thinking. And this is known in psychology as dialectical capacity, the ability to hold opposing emotional poles and truth without needing to resolve them prematurely. For example, I either love them or I don't. I'm either moving on or still stuck. I'm either strong, for example, for living, or weak for missing them. So these statements collapse emotional complexity into false choices. A more integrated stance should sound like, I love them and I'm choosing myself. I'm grieving and I'm growing. I'm strong and I'm tender. This shift reduces internal conflicts. Instead of fighting parts of yourself, you begin to trust your emotional experience. And over time, this self-trust becomes the foundation for healing and clarity and relational change. As emotional capacity increases, so does internal stability. You become more rooted in yourself and less reactive to external validation or rejection. And someone's criticism, withdrawal, or inconsistency no longer determines your sense of worth. And such a grounding, allows for healthier, better boundaries. Boundaries are not acts of punishment or distance, as mentioned before. They are expressions of self-respect. They involve accepting people as they are while deciding how much access they have to your emotional world. Healing does not mean you stop feeling. It means you stop abandoning yourself in response to what you feel. With self-trust restored, relationships are no longer used to regulate self-worth. Instead, they become spaces of mutual presence, accountability, and care. Relational psychology consistently emphasizes that secure relationships with others are built upon a secure relationship with oneself. When you trust your emotions and honor your boundaries and allow complexity within yourself, you become capable of deeper intimacy without losing yourself. You attract partners not from longing or lack, but from alignment, not because you are fully healed, but because you are emotionally present, flexible, self-respecting, integrated, and able enough to maintain complex feelings at the same time. So being able to hold contradictory feelings is not a sign that you are stuck. It is actually a sign that you are expanding. It reflects emotional maturity and nervous system regulation and readiness for growth. You are allowed to be a beautiful contradiction. You are allowed to feel deeply and choose wisely. You are allowed to grieve and still move forward. Healing does not asks you to become simpler. It asks you to become more spacious and generous, to carry your full harmony, without self-rejection. And it is in that spaciousness that real growth occurs. I hope that this piece of insight has inspired you for keeping yourself dedicated in your healing path and embracing all feelings, regardless of being unpleasant or pleasant. Please share this message with a friend and keep in touch. Thank you.